What's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How are you guys doing? Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the SGP Ultra Slider case for the iPhone 4. Sorry about the light reflection here, guys. It's pretty of a cloudy day here today. I can't really use my natural light that I usually use, so we're making do with my big fluorescents. So this isn't really going to be a review. This is going to be more of a first impressions video. I'll let you guys know what I thought of this when I got it. I had a few issues with it, and I did contact SGP, and I'll let you know what they said as we go through the video. Alright? Cool beans. So let's pop this open. First thing you're going to notice when you get this is this packaging looks official. This is really, really nice packaging. It looks great. Inside the box, it looks really, really nice. So we're going to go ahead and pop it open. Slide the little tab here to the top. Slide it out, and there's your case. And included, you also get your little paper thing here. And inside there, you do get in a Steinheil, the SGP Steinheil, or Hell, or Heil, or however you pronounce it, Ultra Crystal Screen Shield, which I do have installed on my phone. This is specific screen shield to the Ultra Slider case. This requires a special screen shield. So it's a bit of a pain, and that's one of the issues I had with it. But according to SGP, they will be making these available for replacement and exchange and that sort of thing. So you will be able to get new screen shields for this. If you decide you like this case and you want to rock it all the time, you will be able to get replacement screen shields. You won't be stuck with just this one screen shield. You will be able to get replacements. So that's very cool. And then you get these little camera dot things. Apparently what these do is they go on around the outside of your camera ring. You know, the little silver ring around your iPhone? Their camera there, a little silver ring around there. They go around that, and apparently they diffuse the flash, making it, you know, your pictures not wash out because of the flash and stuff. I didn't even bother to use those. I'll be honest with you, I never use the flash on my iPhone. So, and then your, you know, screen protector instructions and so on and so forth. On to the case. This is a three-piece slider style case with a, you know, clear back and the two sides, the two sides that slide on. So you do get the clear back, which that is not a scratch, by the way. It might be, actually. I think it's just dirt, though. Yeah. So you get that, and then you get these two polycarbonate strips that go around the outside. The first thing I noticed about these is, one, they are super flexible, and two, the inside part is unfinished. It's not painted here, which kind of bugged me. I'll be honest with you. It just looks unfinished. You're not going to see it when it's on the phone, obviously. But as far as the flexibility goes, SGP says this is made out of a polycarbonate material that's designed to be flexible as well as strong, so chances are pretty good you're not going to break it just from sliding it on. I'll show you guys in a second how to install it, but it does still make me a little bit nervous when I'm sliding it on and off. And then these unpainted areas, apparently they were concerned about that when they initially got these as well. And these unfinished or unpainted areas were actually left that way intentionally because they apparently have an anti-scratch coating on them. And two, they didn't want to make the case or the slider part any bulkier than it needed to be or any thicker. So they didn't want to put any more paint on it. So apparently that's the reason for that. Also the inside edges here on this one are, you know, not really sharp, but they're kind of a little bit sharp around the corners here, which concerns me because when you do slide it on, it's sliding along the bare section of your screen here. As you can see, this is the screen shield that was included, and it doesn't cover the entire face of your screen. It does leave these sections along here and along the top and along the other side and the bottom where the Ultra Slider case actually sits once you have installed it. So basically, to install this, you're going to lay your iPhone down on the table. Take your clear plastic back section, make sure it's all nice and clean, and lay that down on top, which also does have some sharp edges right here. They don't contact your phone. It's just where the slider part goes on. There's actually a little lip here, if you guys can see that. There's a little lip here. And that's where the grooves on this actually slide into. If you can see here, there's a little groove there. That's where that actually slides into. I say this is easier to do. First time I got this, I tried doing it, holding it like this up in the air, and I was trying to slide it on, and it was ridiculous. I couldn't get it to slide on for like 10 minutes. I was messing around with it, and I was getting really annoyed with it. And they say it's easier to do it if you lay it on a table. So we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead, lay it on the table, and simply slide it on, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do, incidentally. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do this on camera. But you need to line up those grooves there with the case. You see, this is kind of, see how much of a pain this is, guys? To slide this on. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but a case shouldn't be this difficult to put on. Get the grooves lined up. There we go. We got it in the grooves now. And as you can see, it's really tight. So what I do is tend to just kind of wiggle it on a little bit. And you can see how hard it is to slide on here. I'm really pushing pretty hard. See the dent in my fingers there. And as you're pushing it on here, it's sliding along the bare screen of your phone, which concerns me a little bit. When it's that hard to slide on, is it going to scratch my screen? Because there's no screen protector here. It's sliding along the bare naked section of the phone. Now what SGP did tell me is the Satin Silver version of this case. This is the gunmetal version. The Satin Silver version of this case slides on much easier than the gunmetal version. I can't say for sure whether or not it does, but when I was talking to them, they did agree to send me out a Satin Silver version of this case so I could compare it to the gunmetal and see for myself. So I'll be reserving my final review until I get the Satin Silver version of the case, and I'll do a comparison, and I'll definitely let you guys know. To be honest with you, I was a little disappointed. Whoa, I almost hit the camera. I was a little disappointed with this case when I first got it, because I don't think I've ever used a case from SGP that I didn't love. SGP stuff is awesome. I mean, I had the leather flip case, and I had the ultra thin for the 3G and 3GS, and I swear by their screen shields. They make the best screen shields out there, bar none. So I've always been super happy with SGP's products, which is why I was a little confused by this one, and I wanted to talk to SGP first and, you know, let them address some of my issues before I went ahead and made a video on it. So there you go. There it is on the phone, guys. And as you can see, it looks awesome. There's absolutely no watermarking at all. My phone isn't super clean when I put it on because I obviously was touching it. But if you clean it up really nice, there's no watermarking at all, and it almost looks like the bare back of your iPhone. They do have their little logo down there, their SGP case kind of thing, but it's not really obtrusive. It kind of blends well with the iPhone logo, and it looks okay. You know, it doesn't look bad. And once the case is on, it feels pretty good in your hand. It doesn't add a whole lot of bulk. It definitely does add some, but all slider cases add some bulk. Your vibrate switch is really easy to get to. I don't even have to use my nail. I can just flick it there. The edges around here are beveled, so super easy to get in there and flick it, and then flick it back down. Super simple. Volume button's also really easy to access. Headphone jack cutout is pretty decent size. Shouldn't have any issues with most of your headphones. It's pretty good size. Your sleep wake button, pretty easy to get to. It's a little bit deep in there. You kind of have to dip your fingertip in there sort of to get to your sleep wake button, but again, it's not difficult, not a big deal. The cutout on the bottom is nice and big. That's one thing I really liked about this. You have the three individual sections for your speaker and your microphone and your dock, and your dock is nice and big, and it's beveled around the edges of your dock, and all your third-party cables will work with this. I've tried my Griffin cable, my Radtech cables, all my third-party cables, and they all work just fine with this case, which I also really liked. I like the concept behind this case. It really is a cool concept behind this case. My only issue with it was the difficulty of installation. It seems really hard to put on. Also, there are a couple little divots. You can see right here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Along the sides of the case, there's a little divot here, and there's another one over here. But that's part of the manufacturing process, apparently. They also addressed that in the email that they sent me, and apparently this is part of the manufacturing process. And as you can see, it's not easy to see at all. It's really hidden pretty well. I mean, it blends pretty well, and it's really hard to see. So, not a big deal, really. That's not a bubble. That's dirt from my fingers. Let me grab my microfiber here, give it a quick wipe. the screen shield doesn't bubble at all. However, it will bubble with virtually any other screen shield, including SGPs. The SGP Ultra Crystals, the oleophobics, all those will bubble this screen shield like crazy. I tweeted a picture of it the other day, and they just bubble like you wouldn't believe. Pretty much all the way around the entire outside of the phone, which is why they include these ones that are specifically cut for this case. Still not a big fan of that. I mean, you're gonna need to replace your screen shields eventually, but I mean, it's cool that SGP is going to make them available aftermarket or for exchange or replacement, they said. So I don't know if they're going to charge. I would assume they're going to charge for them, but you know, they'll be available, and they shouldn't be any different in price than any of the other SGP's other screen shields. So there you go. It's kind of a drag that you have to use a specific screen shield, but what do you do, guys? So that's pretty much it. That's my first impressions of the SGP Ultra Slider for the iPhone 4. That's about all I have to say for it right now, guys. I'm going to wait until I get the Satin Silver version of this case and see if it does slide on easier than they say it does. If it's easier to put on, that kind of thing. You see if it's any better, and I'll let you guys know, all right? Because right now I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's difficult to put on, and to be honest with you, my main concern is that it's going to scratch my screen as I'm sliding it on and off. So, you know, it also is, you know, requires a fair bit of effort to take off as well. I tend to kind of, again, wiggle it off, which is really the only way to do it. Take your fingernail, slide it. Once you get it sliding, you can kind of grab the top, but again, it is really tight to take off as well. This has turned into a 12-minute video. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to rattle on for 12 minutes about this, but you know, that's pretty much my first initial thoughts on the SGP Ultra Slider case for the iPhone 4, guys. Not a big fan of it, and I'm hoping when I get the Satin Silver version of this case that it'll change my mind. So cool beans, that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go, and we'll see you in the next one, all right? Cool beans, rock on.